Hi, this is Amrita from BizAsiaLive.com, and I am so privileged to be joined by one of the actors I admire the most, Sunil Grover. How are you, sir?
Thank you, Amrita. I'm good. Thank you. And how are you?
I'm very well, thank you. It's really nice to speak to you, and I'm really excited about Sunflower, which is obviously premiering on the 11th of June on ZEE5 Global to subscribers. How have you found working on this project? I know you shot during the pandemic. How have you found it?
So this script was offered to me and Vikas sir, Mr. Vikas Bahl, we were wanting to work for a long time. And with this, it happened. He sent me the script in, I think, August or September, um, end of August. So he sent me the few episodes and I read it and I felt really thrilled and I was on. I wanted to do it and said, let's start doing it, but we'll have to lose some weight. So I lost about 8 kilos just to prepare for this character. And that was not the difficult part. The difficult part was preparing for it, to be simple, to be honest, and to be uh, um, to be this character, which the elements that it has. So it took me a little while to get in the mechanism of it. It comes across as simple, but it's very difficult to become simple. So it took me a while.
Okay, I can totally understand that, and I know you did lose weight for the role. So how have you found kind of fitting into the character in that sense? Did it help you fit into the character? That changed your kind of look?
I don't know. He asked me to lose weight, so I lost weight. I didn't ask him questions. Said why does he want? Maybe he wanted to save some food, uh, or maybe he wanted to save on some clothes. That if he's thin, then only 1 meter would be used. Or so no, I think it is to do with the kind of character it is. And once you watch the show, you realize that he's running around, he's moving around, he's a little agile, and to look that innocent, maybe it works.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it definitely does work. I've seen some of the reactions at the trailer of Sunflower on social media, and I know there's always excitement whenever you are in a project. There's always some buzz around it. How have you found playing the character? Were there any challenges that you had to overcome playing Sonu?
I had to face few challenges. One is the physical challenge, which was not as much, but then to understand, because he is man of various moods, and once you watch the show, I can't talk much about that right now. But then various moods and various scenes, and to just to make that one person out of all these characteristics that were given to me in the script, to make that all these characteristics belong to one person. That was a little task to convince myself and to get into it, and what body language or accent or no accent or what speed that he would talk. So a couple of things that we had to decide. So we had a workshop also, and with Mr. Vikas Bahl and Mr. Rahul Sen Gupta. So we had, all of us had a workshop with few actors, other actors also, for a few days, and then we decided we came to a conclusion that this is how it should be, and that's when we got it. Then I started enjoying the process. Till then you have to thinking about it. Your mind is working, but once it was decided that okay, this is the lane that we have to take, and this is what the Sonu is right now, physically and mentally, then every day I would look forward to go to the set and perform. So there was excitement because it's part of a good story, the story that you believe in, and you want to give your best to. And a great team. That ensemble was great, and even the technicians are par excellence. Um, so everybody, of course, they know their job well, but as humans also, I connected well with the team, and I looked forward, as I said, to go to the set. I would rather reach half an hour early to spend some time with the beautiful people and laugh a lot and have a good time.
It sounds like you had a really good time shooting for this show. I have to ask you, actually, the characteristics that Sonal has, we can see a little bit about them in the trailer. Did you find that, did you find in this character, were there any similarities to the real Sunil Grover, or did you have to find a similarity?
Yeah, there are many similarities. When you watch the show, I come from a small town, so I have always been aspirational or so-called wannabe, and I want to get into, because I came from a small town to Bombay. Suddenly, yeah, in between I studied in Chandigarh, did my masters in theatre for 2 years. But yes, so my that small town thinking and coming here and relating and get being part of this world which is entertainment world, and how they deal and how they conduct. And initially you just want to grab or attain other people's qualities and make your own, but then gradually you realize with time that you have to function on your own strengths, and you should know yourself better than anything else. That comes much later, but till that point I was Sonu only.
Oh, okay. I have to ask you, because you're an absolute entertainer, and this film is touted as being sort of a dark comedy, and you are known for your comedy. So were you kind of wondering how this would come into a murder mystery plot? You know, were you kind of wondering when you shot it, will this come across right?
I don't know how what the shade of this darkness is, but yeah, of course there's a murder mystery and there's humor around it, so the dark is maybe a suitable word for it. But this is funny and is thrilling and entertaining. I'm hoping that I got entertained while I was reading it, while I was performing it, and then watching other actors perform. And I hope people also would enjoy while watching, and that translate the same energy which I felt would be translated on screen also.
Absolutely. You've spoken a little bit about Vikas Bahl and working with him for the character and placing him in the right mindset, so to speak. What has your relationship been with Vikas throughout this process, and how have you found him as a director, kind of writer?
I have been his fan for a long time. I loved his films, especially Queen is one of my favorite, and so I have enjoyed his work, and I always wanting to work with him. And uh, so when, of course, we were planning to work in the past also, but that couldn't materialize for various reasons. But then this happened, and I am, each and every day, he's such an encouraging director that he would want you to give your best and to create the atmosphere around you in a way that you're able to perform well. And he understands the psyche of actors well. So some actors need a push, some actors need a little pampering, some actors need a little amount of food before they start. So he knows everything. So I think it's good at handling actors well. So in my case, he knew that I like to laugh and have fun around. So he had a lot of fun with me. We laughed a lot, and the great part is that he's always into he's very passionate about his work. He would always, apart from this beautiful script on set, he would keep improvising. He would keep adding things, and his mind is constantly working on how to make a scene better, um, and how to get best out of this actor. So, or from the scene. And so many things I learned from him while working with him, that he's not somebody who would talk about his craft or talk about what he knows. He wants to be in the moment, and what works for that moment, for that scene, um, and discuss only amount of discussion is required for the scene, and not beyond that, and not trying to impress. Like, we all humans have this tendency, I have that, that we try to impress people with what we say and what we talk and what we do. But he doesn't have that. He just wants to impress or maybe entertain people with the work. I think he's a great understanding of the medium, and of course he's very experienced, and it was privileged working with him.
Absolutely, we hope to see more of that. Obviously, if Sunflower translates so well, hopefully you'll get to work with him. Absolutely. In terms of when you first got this script, what was the one thing that drew you to it, or maybe to the character, or maybe to the entire script? Was there one thing?
I thought it was very fresh, the approach, and it's not trying to do something which has been done. If there are shows which are things which are offered to we are making something like this show or that movie, so they come with a reference point. So what I liked about this, that this show is a reference point, uh, and I hope that translates what I'm thinking, is that sometimes, and maybe I don't know if I'm saying too much right now, because people will decide. But in my own thinking, I feel that this has a very artistic expression, which is very original, and uh, I haven't felt this while watching any other thing. So that was the beauty of it, which I like, that this is something very original about it. And I hope and wish that this becomes a reference point as people, come with references. Oh, let's make something like this or that, or take other shows or films names.
Absolutely. In terms of the title, I have to ask you this because the title of Sunflower is quite interesting. And it's obviously the name of the housing society that the show is based in. Is there anything you can give away about whether that has a different meaning as the story goes on?
I think you will know when you're watching the show, because Sunflower has some it's a very bright and beautiful flower when you look at it, and but it has some intrigue value to it. When there's no sun, they start facing each other, and at night it functions differently. And in the day, during the sun, it changes it whole mechanism and how it looks. So and how it functions with sun and without sun, and at night. So it's very intriguing, and it's a bright flower. So there are metaphorical uses in the show, which a very unsaid layer to it, which I think people who understand that will get it.
Interesting. I look forward to finding more about that once the series comes on the 11th of June. I have to ask you about Ranvir Shorey, sir. In the trailer, I was most excited to see both of you sharing the screen. Is there anything you can say about something that might have happened on the set or the relationship you share with him at all?
Yeah, he's very professional in his approach. I know him for years, and he's very kind to me, and the senior, and he's been working for so many years, and he knows his job well, and he understands the technicalities so well, and as an artist is very profound, and he tries and gives his best. Uh, um, and he's somebody who's very versatile. So with good at comedy, good at serious roles, and and as with time in his career, you see different shades of him with different projects. So that's very interesting about him.
Okay, I really look forward to seeing both of you on screen together. I just have to ask you my final question. We are a week away from release, and how do you feel?
I feel that the amount of beautiful work that has been created, effort people have put in. I hope that it translates into entertainment and people are entertained through this. And I'm feeling a situation where I hope, I hope people also like it.
Oh, I'm sure they will. As I said, there's always buzz when you are in something. So I'm sure this buzz will remain for the whole week and beyond. Thank you, Sunil sir, for
Thank
talking
you,
to
Amrita.
me. And as we said, Sunflower will be releasing on ZEE5 Global on the 11th of June. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much. It's blooming.
Definitely is. Thank you.